guys, I have got another foundation to test out for you. Okay, today I have the Colorstay Full Cover Foundation Matte in 150 Buff. This says it's a 24-hour foundation. I love how they always say that it's 24 hours. It's 24 hours. Anyway, okay, so I don't know if, like, it says full cover. I really have not heard anything about this. I've seen it out, like I've seen people, like their thumbnails that they're going to review it, but I have not watched a single review on this Revlon Colorstay Full Cover. I used to really like the, what was it, the Colorstay Whipped. That one I really liked. I ended up having to mix that because the lightest shade, or I think it was the lightest shade, I think was too pink, but then the next one, I think it was also called Buff. I don't know what the number was. This one is 150 Buff. That one was just a tad too dark, so I had to lighten that with a different foundation. Now, that one never really lasted very long on me, but when I started mixing it with the Hard Candy Glamouflage foundation, it lightened it, and it also made it stay longer on my skin. So, just as a comparison. So this is nice because it has this seal. I am finding more and more foundations are putting seals on their tube, their squeezy tube foundations, which is so great because in the drugstore they don't have testers or anything, so people inevitably are going to try and open them up and test them out and see how they are. So alright, I have got sponge and a brush, so let's go ahead and open this up. So anyway, I haven't heard anything about this. I have seen that it's new. I haven't seen any commercials on it or anything. It feels kind of thick. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those mousse type foundations. So let's see. Yeah, kind of moussey. So, oh, the shade looks pretty good. It is not insanely light, but it's pretty light. Now it's kind of almost matching the back of my hand, which means it's probably going to be too dark for my actual face, but let's just see. Oh yeah, this is really moussey. Not like, I don't mind a mousse texture. Yeah, it's too dark, but I don't really know how that is supposed to be long lasting, 24-hour long lasting. No mousse foundation has ever lasted 24 hours on me. Alright, so this is kind of matching up with all my pigmentation, so it's really not going to be the right shade. I might be able to get away with it because it kind of has a beige undertone, but it's not going to be very brightening on my skin. It's going to make me probably look just dull and dark, not very brightening because it's just not the right shade. Okay, so I'm not really seeing the full cover at all. I'm gonna probably give this a light coverage, pretty light coverage for brush side, and I would say maybe about a pea size would do your whole face. Let's try the other side. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a close-up. Grab a mirror and we'll just check a close-up on. So it's okay. There are a couple of dry patches though that are really showing up around my nose, which is weird because I have very oily skin and most of my oil is centered around my nose. I've got some dry patches here. It's kind of clinging a little tiny bit to those, or at least they're showing more than they normally would. Alright, so let's do the other side. It's kind of like, it almost feels like a creamish, but like half cream, half mousse type. So let's try with a sponge. And another thing about mousse foundations that I have found is, like, usually they don't ever like really set down. Like they stay kind of with that mousse-like texture on your skin, so they don't dry down. They just are almost in a continual liquid state, which is why I find it odd that they're going to say it's a 24-hour lasting foundation when it doesn't even set down. I'm going to put a little bit extra around my nose. Got a little bit of redness right there. A little bit extra around my eye because of my hyperpigmentation. Okay, so far it's not terrible. Not the worst foundation I've ever tried. Okay. Looks to me like sponge and brush are about the same. So as far as coverage and well, the sponge side looks a little less dry, especially on the nose. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put a full second layer on and just see. I wouldn't normally do that. But I'm just going to see. And I'm going to go ahead and use the sponge. I think it does look a little bit better with the sponge. I feel like I'm kind of using a lot to get it to spread, you know, all over my face. Yeah, so I kind of like the undertone because it's not too orangey. That's like my biggest problem is usually too pink and too orange. So the undertone of this seems more neutral or more like beige or even gray. And I know that sounds crazy, like you wouldn't really want your face to have a gray undertone, but for me that just means it's more of a neutral shade. Okay, so I would give it, like, if you build it up, it seems like it's giving me like a bit of a medium. Medium coverage, but look, I mean, I don't know if you can see this. Oh, whoops. That looks awful. This side not as bad, but this side looks horrible. You can just see all my dry skin around my nose, and then just you can see the foundation like sitting on top of it. It just doesn't look good at all. And the rest of my face, it doesn't look great. Like, you can just see it sitting on top of your skin, really. But again, I will continue to wear this for the rest of the day, and I will update my thoughts in the description below. As of right now, I don't know, I'm not loving it. I don't think it's amazing. I can't find my receipt. I thought I had it in my bag, but I don't. So I will try and put that in the description below. If ever, like, I don't have stuff in the description, it's probably because I either got sick, couldn't do it, or something has come up, but it will get in there eventually. So just, you know, check back if you're interested, or you could just Google it. Yeah, so I will continue to wear this, update my full thoughts in the description below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!